History Show!
Hi, I'm the detective. As the name implies, I solve the history mystery.
And I'm Miss Woman, superhero of history. I help the detective on her quest for knowledge.
Did somebody say question?
No.
Too bad. I am the question marksman. I give the history mystery to the detective to solve.
Greetings, juvenile! I am the experimentiator, the mad scientist who provides you with hands-on activities to do.
I'm Mrs. Ross, the detective's boring, mean teacher. I'm here to make you laugh. Are you laughing yet?
History, history, let's all solve a mystery. Mystery, mystery, solve U.S. history. Hooray!
Blah, blah, many strategies, blah, blah.
Mrs. Ross, I think this PowerPoint is awful. Interesting. But what really happened during the Civil War without the boring strategies?
That is not what we're learning today. If you want to find out, you can do an extra credit project and do it yourself.
Okay, will do. Okay, will do. Historical woman, you're on!
Hey, unnecessary kid. Even superheroes have to use the bathroom sometimes. Anyway, did you say that we're learning about the Civil War?
Yep, I'm ready.
The mystery of the day is what really happened during the Civil War.
Thank you, question marksman. Where
And when?
are we going this time?
The early 1860s, just before the Confederacy broke away from the Union.
Here we are in 1861, just weeks before the beginning of the Civil War.
When did the war really start?
April 12th, 1861. This is the year when Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee all seceded or broke away from the Union. In other words, these 11 states created their own country. They called themselves the Confederate States of America, or the Confederacy, and the Union went to war with them for it, and after the Union won, all the Confederate States became part of America again.
Cool, but why did they cappuccino in the first place?
It's pronounced the C, kiddo. I think that you figured it out if you just turn around. 5, 6, 7, 8. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Some southern states might just break away. They don't want to be part of the U.S. South had slaves that had to do with it. Here's why.
Our slaves ran away.
Rich plantation owners treated most slaves horribly.
Our slaves ran away.
They were whipped and overworked when they wanted to be free.
So what they were
Traders stole slaves from their homes and put them in agonies.
Our slaves ran
It wasn't fair to them, can you guys just try and see?
Now us Southerners had our reasons too. We needed tons of workers or we would be through. Plantations were huge and gave us all cash. So we set bounty hunters in a flash. Here's why.
That is just plain.
We Northerners had factories that made things from our crops.
Who cares about something?
You be out of work 2 and 5 to 8 months tops.
If you think that
If the slaves cost some money for them, who's gonna pay you?
then we will outlaw it.
Then we'll break away from you.
Interesting. A little bit of an explanation, please?
Of course. You see, among other reasons, the South needed slaves to work on plantations like this one. But Northerners saw how wrong slavery was, and President Abraham Lincoln wanted to put a stop to it. This angered the South.
Hi, who are you? And can you please leave? You're kind of sort of freaking out my superhero.
I am the one and only Abraham Lincoln, of course. I heard you call.
Abraham Lincoln, right, who is do an interview?
Of course, child. I was presiding over the Union's armed forces, and I had to make the hardest decision that any president has ever had to make in history. I had to let my country go to war with itself. The Yankees lost many battles, like the first Battle of Bull Run, and even the war's final battle. You see, this was not our choice. The Southerners claimed they needed their slaves, but the Northerners didn't need slaves, and they thought it was totally unfair. A secret system of slave escape routes and stops called the Underground Railroad was devised. It was made up of Union-supporting people who wanted to help those poor, unfortunate souls.
I was Ursula last Halloween.
As more slaves escaped and more battles were won, the Confederacy finally rejoined the Union, and we won. But it was hard times. Hard times. Goodbye, sweetheart. I am late for my assassinator play with Mary Todd.
Why did I divide you to go take something out of my eyes?
Well, I suppose he's famous for his speeches.
Ah! Greetings, juveniles. I'm the experimentiator. That's pronounced experimentiatior. Today we're going to do a hands-on experiment about the North and the South in the time of the Civil War. So basically, the Civil War was a time when the USA went to war with itself. Some of the southern states broke away from the Union. In other words, the following states. But I'm more of a kinesthetic learner, so let's do a hands-on experiment. For this experiment, you'll need 1 ice cream scoop with 11 almonds in it, and chopsticks or some other tool to extract the almonds. So, take out your ice cream scoop. This represents the United States of America. See how beautiful. The almonds, which should be on the ice cream, represented the southern states that broke away from the Union. Use the chopsticks, and the chopsticks only, to extract the almonds one by one. Once you're done, the Confederate States of America, represented by your almond pile, has been formed, and the ice cream has holes and ridges. This shows how the Civil War brought turmoil, or a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty to America.
Wow! Gee, thanks, Mr. Experimenter.
Experimentiator! Never mind!
Miss Ross, I learned all about the Civil War.
Yes, and as a responsible adult, I signed this sheet showing all the historical facts she learned.
Ugh! Such big learning for such small child. Melting. Oh, what a world where a small question mark like you can bring down a big queen like me.
Another death in the classroom.
I bet you $10 that she's next.